Hey everyone, Cobanermoney456 here recording another video. So yeah, today giving you another news update. So today we have a ton of news that was released last night, and it's really big news. But first, I just want to go on and get on with the Sonic Generations info, because I'm kind of going to explain something else afterwards, so it'll probably take a bit, but I just want to go on and clear this up with the Sonic Generations. So, we have some official news that Sega has released an official collector's edition for Sonic Generations, and it's only going to be in Europe. So you think, oh well, the collector's edition only has, the lenticular cover and then the Casino Night DLC. That ain't bad. Well, here's the thing: the European collector's edition comes with like a soundtrack, a book with official artwork that has never before been seen. Comes with a figurine with classic Sonic and modern Sonic standing on a pedestal, and then you get a numbered, like, official gold ring, like on a little pedestal, I believe, gold ring figurine. So it's supposed to be like limited edition, and the ring is actually numbered. So there are a certain amount of rings, and there are a certain amount of collector's editions available. Thing is, though, like I said, it also comes with the lenticular pack and the Casino Night DLC. But the thing is that this is only available in Europe. We can't get it whatsoever in the US or in Japan or anything like that. So it really, 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 really does suck. I mean, seriously. Sega, I can't believe you're screwing so many people like this. I mean, I know we get the game 3 days earlier, but come on, dude. I mean, really, I want a collector's edition. I wouldn't mind plopping down another $50 for that. That is freaking beast mode. Awesome sauce. And I mean, for it to not come to the US whatsoever, that just sucks balls, man. But also, there's something going on to where Game UK, I believe, is listing Sonic Generations for 360 and PS3, a multiplayer game. So it says there in the listing that it's for 1 to 2 players, and this is, I mean, Sega has said several times that this game is going to be a 1-player game. But the thing is that you wonder, maybe Sega's doing something to where, you know how I've said before, that there's supposed to be tag-along characters in the 360 and PS3 versions and the 3DS versions, to where you kind of save them after you beat a level, and then afterwards you can play them in a different way to where they just kind of tag along. That was in the official product description for the 360 and PS3 version. Well, maybe Sega's offering the chance, kind of like the Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 games, to where you can actually plug in a second controller or something and control the extra tag-along character. I don't know, but that would actually be quite interesting, and I'd like to see how that would work out with modern Sonic, because I'm pretty sure modern Tails ain't gonna go as fast as modern Sonic. So that would be pretty interesting to see. But I doubt it is actually true. I think Game just posted something up that's on accident or something like that. They're probably getting the 3DS version mixed up or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, that concludes. So now let's get to the news with the Nintendo 3DS. So as you probably know from yesterday, it was kind of released late at night, around 11 to 12 o'clock p.m. Well, where I am right now in the time zone I'm in. But turns out that the Nintendo 3DS is going to have a dual analog accessory, to where you can kind of it's like a dock, and you put your 3DS in, and you have the circle pad, and it's on the right of the face buttons. So this design, it kind of looks meh. I mean, it's alright. I mean, it kind of ruins the aesthetics of the system, but it is another analog, and a lot of people are there's so much controversy going on. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about, trolling about it, saying, screw you, F you Nintendo, I'm not buying this, I'm not buying the Wii U, I'm not buying anything from you, you suck Nintendo, I want to wild out of here. And it's just so much commotion, and it's all over nothing, really. I mean, first of all, this thing is not something, Nintendo's not saying, buy this. Nintendo isn't telling you, buy this or we're going to shoot you in your bed or anything like that. They're not forcing you to do it. They're not threatening you. It's just optional. Seriously. Stop making a freaking huge deal about it. I mean, really, it's not a big deal. So people are just complaining, being like, "Oh, Nintendo's going to release another hardware revision quite soon. Oh, we're screwed. Nintendo's screwing us ambassadors." No, first of all, Nintendo has clearly said that they are not going to be releasing a hardware revision for the 3DS anytime soon. And the 3DS, I mean, why would they do that when the 3DS is just picking up in sales right now and they need the system to sell well? It's not coming out next year or anything like that. The least, like, it would probably be 2 years or 3 years after, like, the 3DS launch. So I don't think it's a big deal. So people need to stop worrying about that. But anyway, about the dual analog. I don't know. I think it's supposed to have like an internal battery in it or something like that. And it's supposed to work with Monster Hunter Tri-G, which is actually confirmed for the 3DS now. And I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think Nintendo just made this because they were like, "Oh my gosh, the Vita, we're afraid of that. Oh no, we can't let the Vita beat us and be more innovative than us." No, I think Nintendo actually planned on having just one analog and having it to where you can use a touchscreen as like for the camera or aiming or stuff like that. I don't think it was just like Nintendo was afraid of Sony or anything like that. I think what prompted Nintendo to release this accessory was that, like, third parties basically, because you know with how the 3DS, lefties would have a rough time actually playing like Kid Icarus or stuff like that to where you aim with the touchpad, because they'd have to use their, I mean, it just wouldn't work out for them. I mean, they don't have an analog or anything like that. They would have to use their right hand to aim, and that just would be a mess. So I think it's a pretty cool idea that they're adding this second analog, you know, for people who are left-handed and stuff like that, to not leave people left out. And people are probably thinking, wait, how did Nintendo do it with the DS? Well, here's the thing, the DS kind of had like the D-pad and then 4 face buttons, so you could either use the 4 face buttons or the D-pad to kind of control your character or do attacks or whatever and all that jazz. So it wasn't that bad with the DS, but with 3DS, it's an analog, and it doesn't have 2 analogs. So that's the real problem, which is why they're doing this, like, which is why they have a new analog. And people are probably complaining, like, Nintendo should have done it at launch and stuff like that. Well, I actually think they should have, but I think they were just thinking about different ways of, like, playing the games instead of having an analog and stuff like that. And while that isn't exactly smart, I don't think it was, like, I don't think it's something to get all up in a fuss about, so I don't know, that's just me. I don't think it's bad, and Nintendo has said, like, there was a rumor going on that it's supposed to be like $10 to $15, so I don't think it's going to be costly or anything like that. And from what I've heard, it's supposed to work only with Monster Hunter Tri-G or something like that, so maybe Capcom's going to, like, give it free or something with if you buy Monster Hunter for the 3DS or something like that, kind of like what they did with the Classic Controller Pro. But we'll see. And if you don't want it, don't buy it. I mean, just stop making a fuss about it. My gosh, it's amazing how stupid some people can be. I mean, it's pathetic. So, yeah. That, and like I said, Monster Hunter Tri-G is confirmed for the 3DS. There's some new pics from the Famitsu magazine, as we saw with the 3DS Circle Pad. And then turns out that Dragon Quest X, I forgot to say this yesterday, Dragon Quest X is actually going to have fees for online. And, you know, they might not be that bad, like the prices, but the thing is that the really bad thing about this is that you can't complete Dragon Quest X without online. So basically, they're selling you an incomplete game, and they're saying, if you don't pay for these fees, you can't complete the game. Who came up with that idea? Seriously, what nutcase came up with that idea? That is so freaking stupid. What if someone doesn't have internet? I mean, and I know some people who actually don't have internet, or don't want internet, and they just play games. And what if they love Dragon Quest? They can't beat the game because they don't pay for internet? You know, that's freaking stupid. I mean, really, you gotta have a dunce cap on you to come up with an idea like that. So, anyway, that is basically it for the news today. Sorry, kind of like for my rambling, but anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. Please remember to comment, like, subscribe, stay tuned for more 3DS vids, walkthroughs, and updates, and make sure you do hit that like button, because it shows that you enjoyed the info and all that stuff, all that jazz. So, anyway, yeah, thanks. See ya. Have a good day.